welcome to Everyone Racers,
a show designed for the world of low-dollar racing and oddball car culture.
It doesn't matter what kind of lemon champ or lucky track dog league you run.
SCCA or NASA, we don't discriminate.
as long as you drive it hard and built it yourself.
Join us each week for tech discussion,
Tips, tricks,
as well as news and notes from the world of amateur endurance racing.
whether it's on the spot.
hella sweet,
Or we're lucky enough, and Chrissy,
Chrissy,
I give you just the tip.
we're sure you'll giggle a little.
and learn even less.
Everyone report to the paddock.
Yes.
This is Chrissy.
I'm Tim,
And I'm mental.
and welcome to the fourth Big Block Engine episode in a row here on Everyone Racers. On the YouTubes regarding our 427 episode 2 weeks ago, at Gamby16A commented, I was sad to hear the Ford 427 SOHC not get an honorable mention, at least in the intro today, even though the next two episodes will be Ford themed. And they are right. It's episode 429 coming at you like a boss. Like a boss.
Oh,
All right. Introduced
All right.
in 1968, the 429 was designed to replace the other FE series V8s like the 390, 427, and 428. However, the version that really mattered was a race-bred semi-Hemi version specifically developed for NASCAR known as the Boss 429. It was made to compete with the reigning 426 Hemi from Chrysler. It came with aluminum heads, intake, stiffened engine block, and many race spec internal upgrades. Ford claimed the Boss 429 made 375 horsepower in road-going vehicles and limited its availability to a rare version of the Mustang, the Mercury Cyclone Spoiler 2, and the Torino Talladega. As it turned out, true street output was closer to 500 horsepower, but whatever. It was on the NASCAR ovals of the 60s where it was truly the boss, making 550 to over 600 plus horsepower in race trim. The engine won 30 of the 54 races held in 1969.
Nice.
You the boss.
Nice. And now you know. Now you know. Do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
It should be a blue engine block going across this week.
Oh, you worked so hard on last week's. Make it extra work for mental.
I'd
What you been working
I'd
on?
have to get like a
Like
bit
a
of a,
boss.
60s redneck, now you know. All right.
Mental.
What have you been working on
Other-
like a boss, Mental?
Yes.
Other than Shamrocks.
So, as mentioned last week, I took a week off and just did stuff around the house. So I got the limo straightened out, put on Facebook. Pretty sure it's going to be sold. I need to give Andy Matthews a call. He's known as Fort Kickass on the Instagram, and he is a bit of a Lemons Rally legend. So he wants it.
Okay.
And,
What's he going to do with it?
Nice.
Rally it?
Yes, actually, he's thinking about the Oregon Rally for it.
Yes.
Ooh.
I've got the bread box running and driving.
What?
What? Successfully?
How much oil is it leaking?
It's not leaking. I don't
Burning.
know
Only
where
what's in the pan.
it's going. it's using less, but it's still using too much. So yeah, I'll have to, I've been keeping a diary of what it's doing, and I'm gonna send all that to Anton and get like a higher level diagnosis than what I know about diesels and turbos. But like I've taken it and driven it around the city a bunch, just driving around. And I earned a
Selling
new
ice
respect
cream
for
or-
Yeah, right.
Anton.
And selling puppies
Selling
and
weed.
ice cream and
Selling puppies.
This is the one that shows up when you didn't want to pay that union plumber that you found in the phone book, but someone gave you a name of a guy that gave you a name that gave you a name.
He's
That's
probably
this
pretty
truck.
cheap.
That's what that truck does, and it's going to be done right, but you're going to have to include a case of beer when you pay them. So,
Fortunately, I have lots of it. That doesn't help you.
But I earned a new respect for Anton because we're in the middle of a heat dome in the Southwest right now, and it's been hundreds. And I like deliberately waited until the sun went down, and still that thing is brutal. And Anton drove from Buttonwillow after racing all day, all the way back up to the Bay Area in that thing. He's tougher than people think he is. So
He's really darn tough.
Yeah.
yes.
He's
Yeah.
like, cool shirts? No.
No, I'm
No.
good. In Thompson, in Connecticut, in August.
Yeah.
Fine. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
What?
And then if you guys remember the infamous Price is Right theme from last year, Tom Webb like saved one of the pieces that Vicky had hand painted. And so I made that into a piece of art, to which my wife went, cool, where the hell's that going to go? So it's sitting outside sitting outside the garage. And I have now transferred into yard phase 3, having removed all the sprinklers. So
How many phases are there?
I probably like 9. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I'll let you know when they're done.
Well, no,
Yeah.
how many phases?
To be determined.
Oh,
Because
no.
I've got all that like landscaping fabric, right? That, you know, the weed barriers,
Mhm.
but this stuff's been there for 3 decades. So there's a layer of dirt on top of it. That stuff is taking root and growing. So I need to like basically sift the rocks and then repackage a lot of this and then finish chopping up the old hot tub. So that was where my efforts were this past week. How about I want to save Tim for the last, because also he's also most of this episode. So
Yeah,
I
Tim needs
like
some
where
saving.
Chrissy's is going.
I was drinking like a boss.
Like a
with,
boss.
Yes,
Like a boss.
with my best friend from Pennsylvania came out for a couple of days, and we just slowly did a whole bunch of great Colorado things. So I filled a itinerary, and we ended up just being just right. So that included, we did a sunrise and a hike at Red Rocks. We did a VIP tour at Coors. We drank, we went out to dinner. We went to some hot spring caves. So like not just the hot spring like gin pop pool, like we went to like the caves and you like sit in all these different caves. Yeah, I had a great time. Just some hiking, driving around, off-roading, which we'll get to. And yeah, so we had a great time. So she was here Wednesday to Saturday. And then Sunday we worked on the chicken coop. So, yep. It's coming along, making plans. Yep. Chris, what else did we do? You can give Marks more.
Yeah. Well, we did the
Yeah.
chicken coop more. We've got the run basically built and attached to the coop now. And the roof is built for the run. It just needs to be put on top.
Which is why it stopped being convertible.
Exactly. It's an
Yes.
estate.
It's
I'm
an
taking
estate.
to calling it Chrissy's Chicken Palace because
It's Palace.
it seems like it fits.
I believe so.
Yep.
I'm just not going to necessarily live with them, but I will be visiting quite a bit.
I am doing a bunch of maintenance on all the daily drivers. So last night was the Escalade's turn. It got new fluid in both differentials and the transfer case, which I figured should be done because, yeah, it's gross, but like I towed cross country with it. Like I've been putting this thing to work. So yeah, it needs it. And I forgot that General Motors in all their penny pinching glory didn't put a drain plug on the rear diff. You have to drop the cover off the diff to do that.
What?
Because GM, like it's a legacy straight axle diff. Like we can save 12 cents by not putting a drain plug
I
in
saved
it,
48 cents by doing this.
right? Exactly. So yeah, pain in the ass to
I like you,
the whole damn
Murray.
cover off.
You're going places.
Yep.
Exactly.
whatever, all that's done. I'm doing it in the gravel driveway on a piece of cardboard, which sucks. But speaking of, we're meeting again with the contractor later this week or this weekend to firm up a few things to get this damn garage project going. So that's nice. And then we did a little testing of the Range Rover because
We saw that on Chrissy's Instagram, like literally mountain picnic proper on the
tailgate.
yeah.
tailgate. Yes.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of other, wasn't just drive out into the woods and have a picnic. We put this thing to work. And this is a stock 2008 Range Rover on half worn, like street tread all terrain tires. I mean, they're Falcon Wild Peak trails. They're not the good Wild Peaks. They're fine. And they're only 30-inch tires stock. So, but I got to say, this thing is impressive off-road. Like, holy crap.
Again, like you've taken this thing to the ditch in front of your house and it's like,
What?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Drive it, like, without a doubt, had a wheel in the air at times in this because it doesn't have lockers, but what just has very fancy traction control and lots of computers. So when a wheel's up off the ground, when you're all cross-axled, it just breaks that wheel so it doesn't spin. And the power goes to the other ones, and it locks the center diff for you.
I mean,
and
it has how many different settings? You went through
5 different terrain settings for different things that you're doing, which change the throttle mapping, the ABS stuff, the traction control.
What was your new favorite thing?
diff locks.
Slide control?
Hill descent control.
Hill
is
descent
amazing.
control.
Like going down this a rocky, snowy, water actually flowing down a steep hill, and the
It
truck
just
keeps you at
braked
like
for
2
you.
miles an hour, like just doing its thing, braking each of the wheels, doing what it needs to do. Had to turn around at one spot because this was the difficult rated portion of this trail, and there were a couple rocks that were bigger than our clearance could handle at this time. So, okay,
and
fine.
boulders, not that we're interested in
Yeah.
moving. So,
Right.
yes.
Right. So risk assessment, what are we doing? No, we're going to drive home. So we had to turn around. There wasn't really any room to turn around except this 45-degree slope to my left, which had some room up above it. So I turned up the 45-degree slope and the thing just walked right up this.
You were
ridiculously
planning on
steep
like
slope.
going up and then like turning around there, right? Then we just drove up it.
Right. It just kept going. Like, all
Yeah.
right, like a boss, up the hill. No problem. So that was fun.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to time this perfectly where I did that and then I did this and then I go.
Yep. Pretty much. And then later on we were, went through some pretty deep stuff until we got to the point where we're up in the woods. We were at about 11,000 feet maybe. And there was still snow up there. And in the woods, there was a section of snow that the ruts in the snow were like knee deep. So coming up to that, I stopped and walked up ahead.
For a good
And-
5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and said, no, like we're not
Yeah.
going to make it. So able to turn around at the spot we had stopped, barely.
Barely.
The snow was still pretty deep, but we made it out.
It was
And
like
on our way-
slush. So that's the
Yeah.
problem. It was just everything because it was warm enough that we were in t-shirts. So it was
Yeah.
Like
warm, but
foot
everything
deep
was
slush.
yeah.
So it's just
So-
going to pack the treads and basically turn them into slicks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So turned around because not interested in getting stuck, really.
No.
Like, not,
Nope.
it's fine. So going down this trail, again, icy steep trail, hill descent control doing this thing. And there's a new Bronco Sasquatch coming up the other way. Like, on 35s, it's the big macho, I can go anywhere thing, right? So we're coming down to a spot. He pulls over to the side nicely to let us go by because he was in a good place to do so. Younger guy, and he waves and says hi, hello. And I say, so the snow gets really deep up there. Consider if you want to do that. Like we struggle to turn around, do it, just so you know. And the guy looks at me, goes, he looks at the car. He sees this middle-aged guy in a collared shirt and an old Range Rover.
With two ladies in the car.
Right. Yeah. And he looks down the trail a little bit where he just come from. And he said, like, did you struggle with that down there? And I said, no,
No.
I didn't. And he's like, oh man. Well, I'm by myself.
Shit. He knows what he's
Probably
doing.
shouldn't do that.
I
Right?
know.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
like a boss, I got that guy to turn around and follow us.
I would say we traveled
the
together for the rest of the trail.
And later on, we stopped and he went ahead of us at a trail break thing. I caught back up to him when he was almost stuck again on a snowy thing that we drove right up like nothing. So
No problem.
this car is extraordinarily capable. And then the
Cheerio,
next day-
chap. Would you like a spot of tea?
Right. Seriously.
Huh?
Well, that's why we had a little picnic. We had to picnic on the tailgate.
So we
There's this
planned,
lovely-
obviously we
it's
planned
a-
the picnic.
The split tailgate. The top goes up, the bottom goes down. And we've put a nice little picnic basket.
Well, the problem was that it was by like 2:00, and then my friend is on East Coast time. So we knew that we were quite hungry. And we're going up these trails at 2 miles an hour. And that was when we started going up this one trail that we're like, we're not sure we're going to make it. We're like, now is the time to eat because who knows what's going to happen on the trail? You just might be stuck, or you might.
Yeah. But
Yes.
we didn't go up just completely empty-headed. We had some traction boards.
Oh,
We had
sure.
recovery rope. We had 2 air compressors. I had some tools like a shovel. We had stuff. But still, didn't need to use any of it, which means
It all stayed packed in the truck. It hasn't moved.
Yeah, we talked about traction boards at least once, but we didn't.
Yep.
You figured it out.
Yep.
We said,
'Cause of the
car,
snow,
do it,
really.
and it said okay.
Seriously, thing's amazing.
Yeah.
But then the next day, like driving all around Denver in ice cold air conditioning and commenting like, wow, this thing's really quiet and comfortable. So far,
Love.
good job, Range Rover.
That's amazing.
Right? So with a 2-inch lift and 32-inch tires, ready to
Who
go.
knows what we're going to be able to do?
Seriously.
Yep. But it was all dirty, so it made it look like you have a Range Rover and it's legit. Except then you
Made me
washed
look
it
like a
today.
boss.
You washed it today, and now we don't look legit.
'Cause
So
I need to work on it, and I don't want to work on the underside.
now we
of a
just look like
muddy
rich
truck.
assholes that drive Range Rovers. And
It's
well,
not
obviously we got it for
Yeah.
cheap. So
It's an
there's
08. It's an 08 Range Rover, so it's old money.
that,
that.
and it doesn't have the chrome wheels, and it's got some scratches. Not like
Probably
I don't
has
know.
one or two more after this weekend.
But it's not the buy here,
it
pay here special
seemed-
riding on the bump stops because the air suspension's fixed.
Yeah, it clearly didn't come from a buy here, pay here lot.
Clearly.
Mm, yeah.
Okay, Tim, it's fine. It's time. Like a boss. How was you?
Oh man,
Gather
Save-
round, children.
Save some for for later, though.
I will. Like a boss. Yeah, I will save. There's a lot to go over later. But the way I started my week out was trying to get the axles separated from the hubs to install my new coilovers that I had to put in, and I had to second day air because I didn't know that for those of you that didn't catch last week's episode, that the axles boots got torn because of the spring perch. The Corvette hubs won't let the axle go outboard enough, so I had to order $1,400 worth of coilovers and have them sent over second day air. But I had to get the hubs and the axle separated, and the Solstice axles did not want to come out of those Corvette hubs, even though the spline is the same. The tolerance must be just a little bit tighter than spec, and I had to beat the snot out of those things to get them out. And don't care. I have 2 more sets of axles, so these are throwaways. I'm probably take Chris Overzet's advice and just cut the noses off of those axles and use those as diff plugs. So something to be said for that. But in the process of doing that, I gave myself tendonitis in my right elbow,
Oh,
beating the hell out of a piece of metal with a 5-pound hammer. So that was really
how'd you get tennis elbow? Working on my race car.
yeah,
Shut
beating my race car with a large hammer. And then I was getting Sonoma things ready. Some doing theming things and stuff like that while I was waiting for the parts to show up. And then to continue on with Mental's problems, I was digging like a boss because my irrigation is foobarred. Cattail, check your bingo card. So yeah, my irrigation is update all the way to today. It's got 4 valves in line that come into this one box, and it is just filled with roots of like mesh size roots to like thumb size roots all the way through it.
Oof.
And I finally waved after like 5 hours today of trying to like hose off the mud out of the roots so I could rip them out and try to not destroy pipes or wiring. I finally threw in the flag and the white flag. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to Home Depot. I'm buying all new stuff. I'm going to chop it off. I'm going to dig a giant hole and start over. So That's on the docket for tomorrow. So that's it. And there are a couple of Sonoma updates. So we'll stay tuned for that shit show.
What's important is we need to ask you how many race cars you own now.
You shut your mouth.
Or is that for later? For later.
Are they now race cars or
later race cars?
Yes, stay tuned. There's a little foreshadowing.
Or
there,
we could just start with how many cars. We could say that too. Anyway,
hey, you shut your mouth. Spending any day at any car museum is bound to be a good time. And who has not seen at least one of the Fast and Furious movies? Like, seriously, nobody. And if you need to watch one of them just to get the jokes. So the Peterson, which is a great museum to spend an entire day at, and you can easily spend a whole day out there, has now hosting the 25th anniversary edition of the Fast and Furious franchise. Hey, everybody. Now you all know what it's like to feel old. Fast and Furious is 25 years old. Now, Daniel Golston from Jalopnik tells us the exhibit is going to feature nearly 24 of the cars from the movies, some of which were never shown before this. This includes the ones that were used in the stunts, half destroyed, or the few that were made for certain scenes, like the Buick Grand National that they basically put the body on backwards for the stunt at the beginning of the one in Central America where they're doing that one. Timmy!
I saw a picture that somebody had done today of a Buick Grand National that they turned into an El Camino, and I want one.
Oh yes, I get sent that one. I got sent that one a couple times last year, and and it was mental. Why have you not built this yet? Kind of a deal.
Right, sorry to interrupt.
That's all good. So Daniel Golston over at Jalopnik's, it's got nearly 24 of the cars in the movie, some of which have never been shown before this. The ones used in stunts, destroyed, the ones that were made for certain scenes. Now, the curator of the exhibit, Kristen Fay, says that she watched the whole series multiple times just to really get this exhibit right. And it sounds like even if you aren't huge fans of the movie, this is totally worth checking out. Like even that one right there, those are all the ones from the first one. You can see the ones lined up for the drag race, the whole bit where he overshadows this. That was the Chevelle that he was building in South America. That's the one from the one where they go to London, that slicer car version that they did in that one. So, there's the infamous more than you can afford, pal, Ferrari Supra, which is now more expensive than a Ferrari. There's all the original ones from the first one. So this is a really, really cool exhibit. And the article is actually great. Like they feature and talk about basically every car that's there. So, and their background and all that stuff. So check out the article too. And honestly, a few years ago, they did a whole, it was movie cars, and me and a guy wanted to go, but it was 2020. So they closed the museum, but then they extended the exhibit, and they had the cars from Blade Runner and the cars from some of the props that they used for The Fifth Element, and a lot of these future cars. And we got up super early, drove there, got there as the doors opened, took an hour for lunch, and still we're being chased out as it came time for closing. We didn't even get to go into the basement, which costs extra. So the Peterson is a great place to spend a day. Let's see cool cars.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Love cars. Love cars. Sometimes.
Who plays with cars?
Occasionally. So we have talked a fair amount about trucks hitting bridges lately, which is always cringeworthy but hilarious of an issue, and doesn't end well for the truck or anyone who needs to use that bridge. Well, Mercedes Streeter Autopian tells us a story of a Delaware town that has come up with a good way to notify trucks of low bridges. They're using boat fenders hanging from poles. Apparently, other places utilize different systems to warn trucks that they're taller than the bridge, and even sometimes then they don't get the picture. The cans that were utilized previously weren't loud enough, so Delaware decided that large boat fenders made a loud enough sound that it would get the point across. And apparently, they've been surprisingly effective as bridge hits are down.
Oh,
That's
and I liked that the first picture in this
Balls.
article says
Donate your balls.
beware balls.
yeah.
Yeah. If you keep scrolling down, like the picture of the actual bridge is all the way down. But
All right.
Yeah, there they
Delaware's
are.
big balls. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly how James Hunt went fast. So there you have it.
And it's fantastic.
Well, the weather's been kind of crazy lately.
Hmm.
And if you were to chase a tornado, wouldn't it be great to do it in a tornado? They sound kind of the same, right? Well, Justin Hughes from Jalopnik tells us that about a group that took a project-level tornado and turned it into a small truck, added some race-like safety gear, and then took it on a trip to find some storms. The whole project was set back as it needed a windshield, and the replacement came broken with a massive coolant leak, for which they added 2 bottles of stop leak, hoped it would hold. Once it was good enough, they headed out to look for storms, but instead of finding that, they accidentally found flooded roads, which they went through due to low visibility, and this delay cost them from seeing the storms that they were seeking. But stories like this make you consider buying something stupid and modifying it for the purpose you need and going on a trip. Good
And
on
you are listening to the right podcast for exactly that sort of thing.
Yes.
And why not a tornado?
Pretty good at bad decisions.
And I love that they did that. When I lived in Oklahoma, there was a guy, he bought a Baja truck, one of the stadium jumpers, and then they severely modified the exterior, basically making it really, really low to the ground so that no air could get up underneath it. And they had the 5-point harnesses, and their goal was to try and drive it into a tornado. And I even saw that thing in person a couple times, like driving around, going that. You get a lot of people that come down there with these really kind of interesting but very expensive tornado chasing vehicles, and to see some guys take the old grassroots approach is just awesome.
You know what else is awesome? 3 words, 4 syllables. Dang old Camaro.
I thought you were going to say racing junk.
Yes.
That's 3 syllables.
Do you know what 2 words, 3 syllables is? Racing junk. Thanks for the lead-in, Tim. Right now, this 4th gen Camaro can be yours. It is a 1996 Camaro SS, and it has been built for Champ Car, Lucky Dogs, or WRL. And right now, it is being used for a track day. For just $7,500, you can get the SLP package, which comes with an LT1 V8, as well as Watts Link rear suspension. The whoa for all these ponies comes from a Corvette front brake conversion. As it is a setup for track day, you will need to add door bars back in. It comes with 2 full sets of wheels, tires, and the deal even includes a fire suppression system. Listing says selling for a friend, obviously a cheap friend because there are only 3 pictures and they didn't want to spring for the pro membership. But it's a lot of car for not a lot of money. And the reason we like to look through racingjunk.com. You never know what you're going to find.
Hopefully they've changed the spark plug wires in that, because they are such a pain to do on that LT1 in the Camaro.
and the Opti Spark, because
Yeah.
screw that thing.
Yeah, change the OptiSpark without even asking, and then buy 2 more and have them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a
Cars or
It's not
the
The OptiSparks.
Yeah.
you buy more cars
Yeah.
so you can put those
Yeah.
parts in?
Yeah, usually when you need a part,
you got to
when you-
fabricate like sheathing or flashing, like it's for your house in front of the Opti Spark.
well, in general, like if you need a part for a car, especially like a fairly small wear item, you generally should buy a whole car to get it. I think that's the best way, because it comes with so many spare parts, right?
Or shadowing.
Ask us how we know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, should one of our, because we've had not a terrible conversion rate of listeners buying these cars that we find on there. Listener, should you buy this car? Get in touch with us, and we will put you in touch with Salty Thunder Racing, that has had a great deal of experience and success with these LT1s.
This one's located in Minneapolis. Not that it matters because you can get it shipped anywhere, but just in case you wanted to know.
Hey, it's got plates. Drive it. Harden up. Guys driving a convertible Tornado into a tornado.
Oh, okay.
Or someone driving a bread van at all.
Talk about hardening up. Yeah. You yeasty
I got a guy trying to figure out how to
motherfucker.
come from Texas and drive the limo back there. This is not hard.
Okay, I'm going races.
Hey, amateur endurance scene is on a little spring break. Next events are second week of April. But we do have...
We have so much recent results. We have so much to screen this. Okay, great. Yes.
Yeah.
Recent results. Tell us.
Results.
You're muted.
Lemons and Captain Failure was at Sonoma, but more on that in a minute. Class A, no one cares, was Skid Games in their number 135 Randy Pope's driven 94 BMW cheaters.
Seat stealing thief.
Seat stealer.
Yep. Class B was the Junk Runners in their 86 Ford Ranger thing.
They were fourth overall.
Overall.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember when that
Ranger?
car was struggling to win C. They had, that is like the definition of evolution. That's a great team.
I mean, the 86
Great
Ranger
team.
is like a bad street car.
Yeah.
Like, let alone...
And
Yeah,
they
let alone
just
race car.
keep working on it. Keep working on it.
Keep pouring money into it.
That's right.
Yeah. We'll see you in A class. Welcome to A, boys.
Yeah. Welcome to A.
God's chosen class. See, it's just going to be brutal to put them in A in December. God's chosen class C was the Red Bullshit Racing in a clapped out, really well themed 86 VW Golf.
Nice.
Org Choice went to the Crash Dummies in their 89 Volvo 740. Anything, what'd they do? Anything good?
Or stop us if there is.
So
I don't know. I was literally laying under my car all weekend long.
Judge Julian is actually here in town, and I texted him, hey, any stories about this? And then, like, I was already getting ready for bed. He texted me back, hey, you got time for a call? And he tried to call. So, like, he was trying to get me this information, and then I was already in bed.
Judge's Choice went to Captain Ron, Escape from Tombstone, NA, in a 85 Peterbilt FLC 120. Okay. Clearly, it's not actually Peterbilt FLC 120, but
it also came in on a flatbed a couple of times. But it looked great. I mean, anytime you take a BMW and add 200 pounds of metal to it for your theme, and
wonderful.
Well,
That's how you make your BMW not boring.
Yep.
Well done.
I got screwed. Paranoid Racing in their E30, because that's how you win, is at a BMW. Heroic Fix, Magic Carb Motors in their 92 Accord.
Oh, all right. The original award of.
All right.
Okay, good. Went to the Del Camino 203, which is a Hell Sweet 94 Honda Del Sol with a mini Elky rebody. HMG goes to, I can't wait to hear this story. Stupido Racing in their number 36 in their VW Wabbit.
So good.
Okay. Wait for it. Well, we're getting there. IOE is Enjoy Your Diarrhea, which is Neil Losey's 80 Chevy Caprice wagon that has been haunting Corey Dickman's driveway for some time. Videos were excellent.
So Red Fang is a here's a story with that one. Red Fang is a band.
Heavy metal out of Oregon.
Yeah. That if Neil Losey put this car together, he's been working on it for like 7 years, put it together, and is a DJ at a radio station in San Luis Obispo. So he knows a lot of obscure music. I'm gonna like spill the beans here. The band is going to drive the wagon at Pacific Northwest. They are
Nice.
so
Wow.
fired up about this, and he has been in communication with them. It's really cool. So if you look them up and look at their, I think the only
Well,
music video they
we'll
did.
have a link to the actual video that inspired his car in the in our show notes. But it is almost like a perfect match for what Neil came up with. And as heavy metal bands go, they're not awful. So yeah,
They're not awful.
So
no, they're it's clearly, and they're leaning into their we're just guys who don't want to get jobs look, but they're actually fairly talented musicians, and these videos are hilarious.
So in the video, the car like runs into things the whole time, and Neil and Overset and the whole crew ran into things the whole time. They set up a drum set. They ran it over in the paddock, and
I saw pictures of this and had no idea what was happening.
So that is the premise of the video. Is they get money. They get the band got a budget to do a video, so they bought a car, and then they just bought stuff to run over and smash through it with. And coming up here in a couple of seconds, that's them. Yeah, and of course they're just pounding beers the entire time, and they do the front on this one, and bam, right through the milk.
So the plow, Neil had a plow for the paddock, which he could run into things, and then he had a plow for the racetrack, which was I don't know, made of paper mache or something. So they were literally swapping parts of the car to go out racing and then come back in and do skits. So it was really, really well done.
That's fantastic.
When the 5-time drivers champion Neil Effenlosi does a theme, he's going hard.
Corey Dickman wins another IOA.
I remember seeing that thing like 2 years ago. I'm like, it's Neil's. I don't want to talk about it right now.
Also, there was Carolina Rally, but we don't have any information on it.
Sorry,
so
we forgot to text Jeff, who probably would have happily told us everything.
Well, we don't have another one for a long time, so we might as well just report on it.
That could be a whole episode, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you guys also, we told you, follow the hashtag Lemons Rally. Phil and Liz, who we had on the show, the X90 kids, oh man, they went hard with a Dale Jr. theme that tied in really good with Donnie's Dale Sr. theme. It was some truly epic stuff. And on the Lemons Rally Instagram, Jeff posted a picture of that Volvo military vehicle, and it was even more glorious than we thought. So amazing.
So feedback time.
On the gram, Ashley Doyle was worried Tim was burning real money on the Ways to Fail segment, noting that I didn't think real money lit up that quick if an accelerant wasn't used. Because,
Yeah, well, I am burning real money, but I just didn't do it in that little clip right there, so it's fine.
Hey, if you want to know how to burn real money real quick, you're in the right place.
It's Big time. Let's just go there.
Timmy, it's a Timmy show. Gather round, children.
So, Captain Failure.
Oh my!
Do tell.
Goodness. What a week.
We are there gathered round. So let's go.
Yeah, well,
Timmy's gonna spin a yarn.
Get a comfy chair and your popcorn.
I have a cat on my lap. I mean, this is great. Go ahead.
All right. Well, it all started on Thursday.
Our tale begins on a cold spring night.
It was actually a very warm and sweaty Wednesday when Pantless Matt showed up at my house, and he interrupted me from digging up my yard, cursing at roots and trees and plants, to put in the Cheaty coilovers. So we got at it. We did the rears. We did the fronts. I had left the fronts together because I didn't know when the coilovers were going to show up on Wednesday. And my plan was to go to the track, to leave for the track by 11 on Thursday, because we made an error. We had a slip up with our teams, and nobody got garages. So we were going to be out in the paddock, and we had already talked to the super duper team of Jeff and Jeff and Jake Langston to hook up and do this like joint effort. So we were like, we need to get a spot right across from where they're at. So I was like, all right, we got to get there early. That didn't happen. So Matt and I are wrenching on the car. We put the rear end together. We put the front end together. The car, the Solstice has 164,000 miles on a turboed motor, and we're getting oil in the charge pipes.
Various places, really.
Yeah. So I'm sure the rings are tired. There's blow by. So we were trying to create an easy catch can solution with what they had. Matt ordered some parts, and we gave Pontiac too much credit for what they would do to solve the problem. Their solution was actually pretty basic. So we didn't have the proper fitting, which is it's kind of like a fuel line fitting that goes from a stock fuel line to AN to make it work out. So after poking around and like taking the valve covers off and trying to figure out like, all right, where does it pull vacuum from? How does this engine work? We decided that, all right, we're gonna have to abandon that. Now we have to pack the trailer up. So our 11 o'clock departure was actually a 3:30 departure. So yeah, weird.
Which is how every successful race weekend begins. 4 hours late.
Oh man. So we're going to the track, and Kim asked me to help out with load-in. And she asked me this a week prior, and I was like, yeah, I plan on getting there at like 11 o'clock. So not a problem. Like I'll be early in line. Once we go in, I'll buzz down, I'll park my stuff, I'll throw a couple cones up, and we're good to go. So it's going to be me and Jimmy. We're going to get there early, and then Jeff Gates in the Chevy Love was not going to get there till that night. So Jimmy and I were going to park with a gap between us and just block it all off for Jeff. Well, yet again, another failure for the weekend. Jimmy goes to put his car on the trailer at 11 o'clock, and the clutch goes to the floor. So he's like, oh, no puddle under the car. Now they're trying to figure out what's going on with that. So he ends up replacing master cylinder. He had just replaced the slave cylinder. So they off to get parts, this and that. He gets there super late too. So not only did we not get a garage, we didn't get there on time to like get a decent spot. And so it's all falling apart, and it's Thursday, right? So I called Kim and I was like, yeah, I'm not there yet. But Hooked on Driving is the company that is doing the track day on Thursday, and they're pretty tidy and tight on getting out like right around 5:30. Like everyone's pretty much done at that point, and the staff can wrap it up pretty quick. And for those of you that don't know, I coach for Hooked on Driving. So instead of driving up the hill and parking 33rd in line, I drove right through the front gate with my staff pass.
Shut up!
Coned off my area, went and apologized to the managers, and it was like, I'm really sorry, but I'm pulling this card right now. So yeah, membership has its privileges. So I called Kim in advance and said, hey, are you good if I do this? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. So it helped her.
It helps to know people too.
Yeah. So, but it helped her too, because then I was able to go like drop all our crap off and then go up, and she wanted me to coordinate load in because December was tough.
It was awful.
Yeah, December was tough. So this was much easier. They didn't have any K walls up or anything. So we had a good plan. It went really, really seamlessly. It was all good. So that was Thursday, and now we're set in, we're in place, and now I've got to like prep the car. Like I had our buddy Ron, who drives Jimmy's car. He made me numbers and like toe stickers. Like it's a freshly painted car. It needs all the things, right? So I'm doing all of that, doing my last minute prep on theming, making sure that the glitter horn works and that the jelly beans.
So important. This is all so important.
And Skittles poop. And and everybody is like good. And I've got the horn on the hood of the car, and everyone's like coming by and going, "Are you gonna race with that thing?" And I was like, God, I wish I could, but in the future, yes, I will. Yes, I will. And then Chet, who is in the Del Camino, who runs when he runs his Miata, he runs with Sarger Party. They were right next to us as well, and he goes, "Hey, another team just came by, and they were like, you got to be kidding me! There's another unicorn car here." So
Jessica told me that. Jessica was like, there were 2 epic unicorns there.
So they had like a Japanese sedan, and you know the car itself was okay. I'll give them mad props. They had a pastel rainbow fuzzy covered Wang. That was like, I was like, oh man, that thing looks great. The thing looks great. But the team came over, and Chet said, he goes, "Yeah, the girl was just here," and she goes, "Man, we did a unicorn theme too, but that horn's something special." So it was like, 2 girls wear the same dress, but one of them wears it better. So
you got pictures of how the horn turned out?
The car looks great. Absolutely. I'll do a screen share. I'll share a couple things here.
Because you showed us how the paint was going, but we didn't get to see the horn in anything other than concept.
So here is
that's the other one.
This is kind of how our weekend went right here.
Oh, sadness.
Sadness.
Put it down.
Sadness. Well, there's a PBR under its hoof right there, in case you didn't notice. So there's the unicorn. This was after Thursday night. I don't think it's in my Google Photos. I'm gonna have to work on that. I'll post it on there. So I've got there was a picture that somebody posted today, which was awesome. They had their daughter. They were a track worker in turn 5, and
I commented on it and tagged you.
Yeah. Their daughter took a picture in front of the car. It came out awesome. I'll do a little Dropbox and we can put a link to it in that mental for some of the fun things. But it was really, really, car looked fantastic. I mean, the car really looked good. But one of the challenges with the new coilovers, and I kind of skipped over this, is so Matt and I on Wednesday, we put the coilovers on the car. There's no instructions with them. And we're like, well, we don't have time to try to find instructions and read them, let alone read them. So we set them all
hard can it be?
The same. Yeah. How hard can it be? So the car's up on quick jacks. We get everything bolted in. We lower the quick jacks, and the car's low, really low. So I go to shake the car, just like the old, how much spring do you have in this? And it is leaning on a concrete table. there is no movement. I was like, oh, Matt, this thing's going to shake our teeth out. Holy cow. What did we do wrong? And then we go to pull the quick jacks out, and we realize, oh, it's actually sitting on the frame. It hasn't gone all the way to the bottom yet.
You're laying frame.
Yeah. So all right, back up in the air, and we got a jet. It was so low that the mechanical arm of the quick jacks wouldn't lift it. It was like, I had to jack the back of the car up like 6 inches for it to have enough mechanical advantage to get the thing in the air. So we started messing around and raising ride height.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yes, there it is, Chrissy. So we raised ride height, and so there was a lot of fiddling to do, right? And we're not even trying to like tune it. We're just trying to get it to sit somewhat level on all 4 corners. So that's Thursday. And we have Matt has his hub stands coming in from a team that's driving up from LA, but they're not getting until Friday night. So Friday day, but we couldn't really do anything until Friday night. So we like adjust it, string test it to make sure all the wheels are kind of pointing in the same direction. We used overzest toe plates. And then we went out and we tested on Friday. And testing at Sonoma, it's only $350, but you only have the ability to test from 12 to 4, not 4:30. 4, thought it was 4:30. And we went through our tech and BS at 3. So we futzed around, did some driving, and kind of checked on things. Did some damper adjustments in the first couple hours, and found one of the things that we found was I have like a diaper. It's just a rag with a zip tie on it on the brake reservoir, it's brake and clutch, because it was leaking, and we found that it had a crack in the top of the cap. So we super glued that, clamped it down, running around trying to do all the things, right? Get the car checked in for tech, put the transponder on it, check pressures, check torques, this and that, blah blah blah. Well, you should put the reservoir cap back on before you go out on track. I highly recommend that.
Yeah, it's a great idea, especially since the reservoir is probably pretty small in this.
Yeah, it's not big. It's not big,
great.
Considering it does both the clutch and the brakes. So Matt was out on track and the brake light came on, like, you're almost out of fluid. So he came in. Wow. As soon as I came on, he goes, "Oh man, we didn't put the cap back on, did we?"
Oh no!
So came back in. We find some brake fluid because I didn't have any because we scrambled to get the truck packed up to get out of there. And pour some .4 in there and put the cap on and put my diaper back on and go and do BS. So BS was us, the Chevy Love, and the 2 cars from Super Duper. They've got a GTI and what's the Volt? Is it a Bug? The other one they have, I think. But anyway, they're leaning into it, right? They're going full.
It's a good thing because you aren't.
No.
Yeah, no. That was the plan, and this is not going to plan.
Yeah, not going to plan. But we had, we're all dressed up. We're going. They've got music bumping. They made a custom EDM dance song for this race weekend, which is fantastic. We can link that also. It's really, really well done. So we've got that bumping, and we're going in, and I've got this like multicolored leopard onesie that I'm wearing. And I'm throwing glitter on everybody. Like, so Matt's there. He's got his fur coat with his chest exposed, and I pink glitter him up, and he's all sweaty because it's hot, and it's still like he's got like glitter streaks, and Dave's got it all over himself. So I go into the penalty box where they're doing tech, and we're waiting to get in. There's probably 8 cars in the line, and we're 4 of them. So I pour glitter all over my chest, and I see Eric Rude, and I go up to Eric, and I was like, "What's happening?" And I give him a big giant hug, right? He looks down. He's got a black shirt on. He's covered in pink glitter. Right. I hit Kim. I hit Misik. I hit everybody. There's glitter everywhere. Right. There's glitter everywhere. So we finally get in to go through BS. And Pagel's like losing his mind because he can't hear because the music's so loud, and he's trying to do tech, and we're being idiots.
Oh, I can feel his anger from here.
Yeah, like you could see the hair standing up on the back of his neck.
Yeah.
So we were probably in there for half an hour. Between the time we're waiting to go in to the time we're in, and it was just nonstop, like dance music, loud, and right across, because they've got garage 7 and 8, which is the next garage to where penalty is. Right across from that is where they have all their stuff set up, and they've got giant like Fender speakers pointing right at penalty.
They hate that.
11.
They hate that.
Yes, 100%. Like no one could hear anything. Anything.
No.
It was great.
So that's coming back to haunt you in December.
I'm sure it will.
Oh yes. Yeah, it will. It will. So we get through BS. It was awesome. The unicorn horn blew glitter all over the place. Chris B, who was doing tech on the Solstice, went to shut the trunk after he looked at the fuel system, and like gave it a good hand. And Matt like tried to stop it because that's where there was a giant jar of candy. It was like Nerds and jelly beans and Skittles, which is attached to a hose because it poops.
So that's what you could shoot
all
out.
the
Yes?
candy. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he hits it, and it hits the hose clamp and pulls the hose out of the canister, and now there is like, I don't know, 3 pounds of candy everywhere.
On the ground or in the car? It went on the ground.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Everywhere. It is everywhere.
Oh,
right?
that's awesome.
I don't know if it's awesome.
So I bring the car back to the paddock, and it's just dumping out of the car, and there is a trail. Like normally when you see rainbows at a lemons race, it's oil like following the car.
Oil
there.
and coolant. Yeah.
No, this was candy. There's a candy trail all the way around the corner to my pit space. And it wasn't nearly big enough, so I had to go back in with another pound of candy and sprinkle it along the line. So there is just this huge trail of Skittles that goes from penalty straight to our pit space. So it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild.
That's awesome.
We had our usual steak and salad for dinner, and lots of board meetings. We went to bed like 2-ish something.
Lots of board meetings.
And I promise you that the noise that you heard Friday night was not the golf cart doing suspension drag wheelies in the paddock. I promise you.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I go to bed, right? It was probably 12. I was like, I have to go to bed. We had a late night on Thursday and a late night on Wednesday. And so I'm in bed. It's probably like 12:45, 1 o'clock. And I'm in my trailer. I've got the cot set up, and the back is open. And I hear this. It sounds like somebody dragging in a cherry picker at high speed. Right. And I was like, what is going on? So I lift my head up, and then all I see is a golf cart with 3 people on the back of it going, doing wheelies and just dragging the rear suspension mounts on the pavement.
Who's is this? Who's
it never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, fine. I mean, did you own it, or was it the tracks? I guess it's not yours, right?
It's not mine. It's not
Okay,
mine. But I
fine.
saw that happen and I was like, well, I need to get involved. So I got out of bed.
You
And
did?
I stayed
To
up. Yeah, and
go
I stayed
for
up
it.
till 2:45 drinking and doing wheelies in a golf cart.
You
It
were
was
almost a responsible adult. Almost.
I was so close.
You
All
were
I
He was
did was-
almost a
there.
responsible adult
Shut the
after
door. All I had to do
littering
was shut the
penalty
door.
with glitter and candy,
I mean,
covering the staff in glitter, showing up late, abusing his instructor privileges, still trying to get the cars parked.
you're not wrong.
Oh, so
At this
many
point,
things.
there's nothing responsible. You go all in. That's
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. You
Right
win.
in.
So many things.
Fine.
Oh
Wow.
man, I wish and I so thought about it because they canceled my event. And I'm like,
Well, this
the
is
reason I couldn't go. And I'm like, you know
the
what? I can
fun
make it.
time
I could
of the
drive.
story.
I could
Yeah,
drive.
the
I could
fun
be there.
time.
And,
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Foreshadowing. Here we go.
Yes.
Foreshadowing.
What
So
happened next, Tim?
The solstice was fast. Like we were out on crap.
Well, yeah, you had no brakes. Of course, it's
Well,
fast.
No, the brakes were fine. Brakes were fine.
Because you lost a cat. So.
Yeah. We
Call back to
only,
comedy
We
thing.
didn't do enough laps to run out of fluid. So that's it. But the tires are I don't even know how old they were. But the car ran at 2:08 and 2:04 was the fastest lap of the entire weekend. So the car was quick.
I thought didn't the winners turn it too flat sometime?
2:04, I thought.
Okay,
I saw.
all right.
Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I thought I saw. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with Pope's driving. So now we're ready, right? We're feeling good. We're finally there. It's Saturday morning. We're gonna go racing. We put Big Bird in the car first. He gets in and he's like, I'm just gonna go and pedal this thing around. The guy I haven't been in a race car in a while. This car is really fast. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. 65 minutes later, we get a call. I've radio Mike and I said, Mike, how's the fuel? Because we were trying, the car is terrible on gas. Like you can get an hour 20 if you're really flogging it. You might be able to get an hour 40 if you're kind of pedaling it a little bit. So I was like, hey, where's the fuel at? And he's like, fuel's at a half a tank. Oh, I lost the clutch. And I was like, what? And he's like, I lost the clutch. I'm trying to limp it in. I'll see you at the pit. So I run over. We're like sharing the garage with Langston and his crew, and I've got the quick jack set up over there. And he comes in, he limps it over, and it smells like the clutch is just roasted, like big truck going down a big hill, brake roasted, right? Like bad. So we're like, oh no. So we put a fan under it. We take a look. There's like nothing obvious from the outside, right? Now we put it gear, get it up in the air, put in gear, like run through the gears. We can get the tires to move when it runs through the gears. So we're like, it's got to be just slipping, right? That's got to be the only thing. It's just slipping. So now it's time to find parts for a car that was made for 4 years. And this is the performance model, which they only made a handful of. So guess what you can't get?
And when you say they, you're talking about a
Pontiac.
manufacturer that doesn't exist.
Pontiac. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. So now we're thinking, all right, where can we get a clutch for the GXP? Now the 2.4 liter has it's a similar clutch, but it's not the same torque rating because the GXP is much it's got way more torque and power than the stock version. So also foreshadowing, they may had to do a fix for that when they came out with the higher performance model in what is known as a torque arm. So we started looking for clutches, and there's none that like anywhere. No parts house is going to have one, nothing else. And so I go, well, I've been looking for a parts car because I would love to have, I like to have a spare engine and a spare transmission. So I've been looking for a parts car on Copart, and this guy, Bill, who was running a GXP in Lemons a handful of years ago, reached out to Nick a couple months, probably it was like 3 months ago, and said, "Hey, can you put me in touch with that other team that runs the Solstice?" So I sent him a note, and it's been very more off than on. And he was like, "Hey, I'm moving, and I was like, "There's no rush, right? Let's talk when you get a chance." And he sent me a week before the race. I sent him a note back with a reply to his pictures of the car and said, "This looks pretty good. Like, what are you asking for the car?" And I didn't get a reply. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to call the guy. So I call him at Saturday afternoon. I was like, "Hey, Bill, it's Tim. I don't know if I missed it, but I didn't see a reply to my email like about the car." And he was like, "Yeah." I said, "You don't happen to have a spare clutch for that, do you?" And he's like, "I do, but it's in the car." And I was like, "Okay, well, what do you want for the car?" And he goes, "I don't know, make me an offer." So here we are at that crossroads, right? So I had talked to my wife already, and I was like, if I can get this car for $2,000, it's worth it, right? So she was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So I was like, how's $2,000 sound? And he goes, "I'll take it." I was
Crap.
like, "Great. I'll be there in a half an hour." His house is 18 minutes from the track. So I grab Jimmy's open trailer. We go over there, Matt and I, and Bill comes out, and we start chatting, and super nice guy. But I think I know I'm speculating here, but it seemed like he has a medical issue, like maybe he's got Parkinson's or something like that, because he didn't remember a lot of things about the car, or things that I remembered about his car. He didn't even remember. And so he was like, "Yeah, I just really wanted to go to a good spot. I'd hate for it to just, go away." Um, and now Matt and I start looking the car over, and it's a GXP, right? So motor, trans, it's got a ATL fuel cell in it. It's got the fire bottle in it. The radio.
I want to say
harness.
you and I judged when that car showed up at
Yeah.
Buttonwillow a couple years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's got the wire harness in it for the radio. It had the radio in it, which was still on. And then I look, and I was like, let's look at the wheels. It's got aftermarket wheels. It's got wider wheels in the back. It has 6-piston Willwood brakes up front and 4-piston Willwood brakes in the back. And it's got BC coilover suspension on all 4 corners. I was like, this is a lot of car for $2,000.
Yeah. You stole that thing.
I stole it. Now, the one thing, and I've said this to a bunch of people, we had a terrible weekend, which you'll hear more about. This is just the beginning. We had a terrible weekend. And the one thing that chaps my ass more than anything is that if he would have reached out to me a week before the race, I could have bought the car and saved myself $1,400 and just put those BC coilovers on my car. Now
or just taking that car when you couldn't get the boost thing figured out and you're 4 hours late. All right, load the green one. We're going.
Yeah. Yeah. So we get the car, and now we're heading back to the track, and now we're Matt and I are doing a mental checklist on, all right, here are our options. We can disassemble the transmission in both of these cars and put a used clutch in the TWAP. Or do we just try to get the green car ready and just pivot? Right. So we started going through the process of what that is. And the seat, he's got a 15-inch Kirky in that thing. I'm the only little skinny butt that can fit in there. So like we got to swap the seat out, right? The belts are expired, so we have to swap the belts out. The fire bottle is expired, so I've got to put my fire bottle in, but it's a different system, right? So there's a whole fire system incident that needs to happen. The seat is on stock sliders, so you're pretty high up, right? The bar's kind of sketchy, so we would have to drop the seat and mount the other seat, and then the front bumper. They got into a fender bender at their last race at Sonoma and ripped the driver's side front bumper off, so the wheels exposed. So we would had to fabricate something for that, and then it doesn't comply with the new toe strap rules. So we were like, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. So let's see if we can do the transmission swap. So we go to start pulling the transmission apart in the TWAP, and because here we go back to the more torque, because the car was a late addition with the performance model. They created a torque arm, which is basically a C, like heavy gauge C metal sleeve that runs from the rear section of the transmission and bolts to the differential to keep it from twisting too much. The only way to get that out, which we didn't know at the time because it's different. That's a much different process than the 2.4 liter one I had. The only way to do it is you have to pull the axles out and drop the diff all the way in the ground and slide the whole drivetrain from the back of the trans all the way out of the back of the car. So we're like 4 hours into this transmission removal, and we're like, we're not doing this twice tonight. So like, wave the white flag. It's over, Johnny, right? It's over. So then Corey Dickman comes up and says, after he hears our tale woe, and he goes, well,
say, guys,
the El Camino needs a test and tune day because he just redid all the bearings and rings in that car's got it tuned. He's like, I can drive home and pick the El Camino up, and we can like put the computer in it and data it and do a test and tune day. We've already paid for the track time. And I was like, that's amazing. So rock star. Go ahead.
Real quick, because we all know Corey's awesome. For everyone playing the home game, how many race cars do you currently have at the track right now? At this point in the story?
Before Corey.
No. Right now, as Corey says, I have this at the house. You have how many cars at the racetrack?
So we have Jimmy's car.
No, just Tim Burr.
With including the El Camino?
No. At the moment Corey walked up to you.
Only 2.
Okay, you've got 2 cars at the racetrack.
Only 2. It's okay.
2 cars at the racetrack. How many of those cars right now are capable of racing?
0.
Okay, cool. Continue. Corey offers the El Camino because this is all important later.
Oh,
That's fair. I made assumptions that our viewers may not have known. Yes. So the TWAP is broken. It cannot drive. And
we can't call it the TWAP anymore. It's the Uni.
It's the unicorn.
Yeah.
So
it inspires little girls.
Yeah, it is got the differential and drive shaft out of it.
Yeah, it didn't come out right when I said it. I heard it afterwards.
I know.
Yeah.
Filters are good.
Kids love Mr. Fister.
This inspires little girls. Go ahead.
So yeah, Corey's like, well, let's do that. So I'm half owner of the El Camino, and I was like, hell yeah, that's a great idea. Now, Corey Dickman is driving the Red Fang wagon that we talked about earlier, and he's going to do one stint in Jimmy Varellis's car, his BMW. He's going out first on Sunday. So Corey shows up that night, Saturday night, with the El Camino, and he's like going to take it easy. He's going to go out in Jimmy's car. Jimmy's in third overall. Probably good chance at overall in that car. So he doesn't hang around for the Super Duper party. But in addition to this, so we've got Jimmy's car, the BMW, in third. We've got the Chevy Love doing great up until about 2:00, and it comes in on the hook and turn the key, starter turns, but engine no cranky, like the pulleys aren't moving. So we're like, those things are attached to each other. So we're thinking that the nose of the crank broke off. So Jeff Gates is like, all right, well, I found another engine in Yuba City, which is 2 hours away. So Jeff gets in the truck and drives 4 hours round trip to Yuba City to pick up another 2.4 liter Ecotech while Dave's pulling it out of the car. And now I am like no car until Corey comes back. Now I'm like trying to help the guys out for the rave party that's going to happen in the paddock and the potluck and all the things. So I'm doing the best I can. And I apologized to Jeff later. I was like, I'm so sorry I didn't give you more help, but I've been really busy. So the El Camino shows up. We do potluck. After potluck, there's a little lull. We help Dave pull the engine out of the Love in preparation for Gates to come back. And then we go to the rave. And it was really good. Like, it was really good. So they had a professional DJ there. And they did their typical car meet out front. So we had a Honda and Volkswagen car meet out front. It was awesome. So the DJ was, I don't think you guys can hear the music, but
you got to click on when you do share, and also don't share your whole screen. Just share that window, and then there's a sound option.
Because we see your mega widescreen. So
how about now?
No.
So that is there's a guy in the middle dancing with a red hat. He was a track worker. He danced for 4 hours straight, right in the middle of the thing.
And there's not anybody else dancing. So I mean, it's just quite a setup. Though. This
is just the beginning of the night.
Nice right? shirt on the DJ.
Just kicking off. Yep, he's got the Patronus shirt. They've got all of the videos playing on the side and it.
Wow.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. So they had the Super Duper party. There were people dancing up on top of the trailer. We had the car meet. So all the Honda boys were out with all the cars. Everyone's hanging around talking cars. We had shots and it was the music was bumping. It was really, really good. It was really good. And Jeff's son, Jake, this is him here. He was DJing. Nick Pond took a little spot on the
none of that's
on the turntable wheel, which was so good. There is DJ Shufflebot with the Liquid Molly girl. He was very excited about her. And there is my turd. And here is a
foreshadowing.
Yeah, there you go. So, the Super Duper party was awesome. It was the DJ was just killing it. We probably had 40 people in the little tented area dancing, and then another 80 people outside at the meet. And everyone was outside. They were dancing. There was guys doing keg stands. It was ridiculous. It was really, really good. So great party. Great energy. The weather was amazing. Everyone had a great time hanging out. So that was really, really cool.
So then Sunday comes along.
So Saturday night, now after
Saturday night.
this, I drag the green car, which I've affectionately called the turd, back to my house. So it is now we get back to my house at like 11:45. And I'm like, all right, is it going to be worse to pull the car off the trailer now or at 6 a.m.?
And are you by yourself?
It's me and Matt.
Okay, fine. Yep.
Yeah. So is it worse to pull it off now or at 6 a.m.? I'm like, neither's good, but it just feels like 6 a.m. is a little bit better. So we're exhausted. So we're going to just wait and do it. So my alarm goes off 5:45. I make coffee, I go outside. I start getting the trailer ramps out and all that. And before I unhook all the straps, I was like, it was a little hard to start the last time I started it. Let me just make sure that it fires up. Now, next thing you know, Matt and I have got starter fluid. We're shooting into the thing, won't start. So turn the trailer around. I live on a hill, so turn the trailer around, right? Let Isaac Newton help me get this thing off of the trailer. And the windshield is opaque. It's so filthy and dirty. And so I'm in the dark with a headlamp on, which is just illuminating all of the dirt. And I'm trying to drive this thing down the street, downhill, down the street with speed so I can pull it all the way up into my driveway, which goes uphill. So yeah, there's no fail in that plan, right? So I somehow get it like 3/4 of the way into my driveway. And then we do the, board behind the wheel, pull the wheels, move the board, pull the wheels, move the board, pull the wheels. So we get that. So we finally get the car into a position. And now we can get the hell out of there. So we get to the track at 7:40. We have to get the car teched still, the El Camino tech still, because we've got it. We did the number change the night before because numbers are hard. Spray paint might look terrible. And we're like, okay, well, track goes green at 9:00. It's like time to go. Let's check oil. Let's check trans fluid. We got torque wheels. Like we got all the things that we couldn't do the night before. We had to do it all in the morning, last second, transponder change, all of that. So we
I'm sensing a theme, like the whole weekend, everything was done at the last second.
Oh, it was just a thrash, like under the gun. Everything was under the gun and everything failed. So here we are. It's 9:00. Corey's in Jimmy's car. He's going to start the race. They're in third, so they're early lineup. I tell Matt to get in the El Camino first because we just got to the track. Like I've got the dog with me. Amy's in London. I've got to take the dog for a walk. I got to feed her. Like I do all things. I'm like, you just go first. You can watch the gauges and all that. And the plan was to just drive it for like 20 minutes, really easy. Let the rings seat, bring it in, check for leaks, and then go back out for, hour, go through a couple different RPM ranges, like really use it as a test and tune day. So green flag drops. The Chevy Love gets out a couple minutes after the green flag drops. Corey's out in third, and Corey has no comms, and we were on the same channel. So Jimmy's car and the Twop are on the same channel, but Corey, for whatever reason, had no comms. He couldn't get his mic working. So he doesn't know. And I was like, well, that's probably better, right? That he can focus on driving Jimmy's car and he's not thinking about the El Camino. And so Matt goes out, he does one lap under green and he goes, oil pressure is only at 25 and it doesn't raise or drop under lift or load.
It's got to be the gauge. The gauge is definitely
It's.
wrong.
I said this today at
Dude,
work. The
We
gauge is.
talked
It's
about
always
that
the
so
gauge.
much. We talked
That
about
gauge
that.
is definitely wrong.
It's always the gauge.
So it had
It's
it
never
had,
the gauge.
while Corey drove this thing quite a bit while he was going through the tuning process. And it was always like 50 psi, right? So we're like, does anybody have a mechanical gauge, or we can test the gauge? No one's got a mechanical gauge because it's never the gauge.
The
So
gauge.
So we
Totally the
park it.
gauge.
we pull it in, we park it, and we're like Corey's at his wit's end with this car. This car, it's great when it goes, but it has fought us. So like we've replaced engines and transmissions, like
Plural.
plural. So to have a fresh build come out in its first 15 minutes on track for it to not have oil pressure was like just a gut punch. So
All right, now you took the turd home.
yes.
Your tally now for race cars that you, Tim Burr, have brought to the track is,
What?
3.
and you have turned how many laps?
Technically Corey took one to the trash.
No, because you
For
went
you,
and got it.
for me, yes.
Yes.
Technically, I only brought 2, and then I phoned a friend. So, yeah. So I have 3. I have 3 cars on track, and we were hour and 5 minutes the first
3 cars
day.
on track, 3 cars not on the track.
And yeah, I mean, I could check on Race Monitor, but I would say that we did less than 30 laps for the weekend. So now
Adding
Matt and
insult
I-
to injury, the Love stopped cooperating, and then
we figured out what happened with the Love. So the engine problem with the Love was a self-inflicted wound, and that is
whoa.
weird.
We're talking about Dave and Jeff Gates here. That does not track.
Yeah. So if you bring your car to Jeff Gates, he is going to do all of the things and do them all correctly and put all the good stuff on there and all that. And for whatever reason, when Jeff Gates like flips the switch and is now working on a Lemons car, he's like, it's a Lemons car. So
Well, usually because he's working late, finishing all of his customers' cars, and then he's in a hurry.
yeah. So this motor, the flywheel came on and off like 4 times. Well, guess what those bolts are? Torque to yield. So all of the bolts sheared off. All the bolts sheared off and yielded. So the crank didn't break. The flywheel bolts broke.
Yeah.
So they the engine, the 4-hour engine run that he went on was not necessary. All he needed was 6 flywheel bolts that I had in my trailer.
Oh.
So
Oh.
yeah.
And do we want to add insult to injury to talk about what happened to Corey?
So now Matt and I are like, Corey's going to be so bummed when he gets out of Jimmy's car and finds out that the El Camino's hurt. Right. And with like 5 minutes left in Corey's stint, track goes red flag, right? Black flag all. They're like, yeah, there's a couple cars got tangled up just past start finish, which was actually up at the top of turn 2. So I see this guy Doug, who's who I know from Hooked on Driving, and he's driving Chuck's number 45 Subaru. He's got an M45 Subaru. He's won in the Pacific Northwest. His car's fast. His son has a shop in Reading. And he's like, yeah, Chuck was out there in the Subaru, and apparently, he went 4 off and tried to save it and tank slapped it and came across the track and collected another car. And I was like, oh, that sucks. Like, that's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, the car he collected was Jimmy's, and Corey was in it. So,
Oh no.
So the car, Chuck went way off, there's video out there on Facebook. Truck goes way off left, gets in the marbles, loses it left, comes back across the track, all-wheel drive car. Front tires are cut like this. He's trying to save it, right? Cut like this. That first tire hits the pavement. The car shoots at a 45-degree angle right into Corey's car. They hit axle to axle, and then they tank slap each other, and the two rear axles hit. Car's banged up pretty bad. I think it's savable. But Corey gets out. He's a little sore. He's like, my hip's a little sore, but otherwise he's okay. But it's not okay? His brand new 2025 carbon fiber helmet.
Oh no. Oh.
Did its job.
Yep. The $900 one would have also done its job.
Correct. Oh.
Shut the hell up. You broke 3 cars. You don't get to make fun of his helmet choice.
Yeah. So now everyone's just sad, right? Now in the Chevy Love, they're out there and they're running. We're like, finally, one of the cars is doing well ish for us. And they get to about noon and they start having fuel pickup problems and they can't figure it out. Every time they put a new fuse in, it blows a new fuse for the fuel pump. So
bigger fuse
shape. Yeah. Just put a penny in there.
22 bullet totally works.
Yeah. So we broke the TWAP. We failed to get the new car, the Turd, out on track. We broke the El Camino. We broke the Love, and we broke Jimmy's car. Wow. Amazing level of failure.
Yeah, that's a lot.
All across the board. So I was like, this has been a hell of a weekend. So now I'm packing up and trying to clean up, and I've got my ask me about my race green shirt on with the dumpster fire on it. Totally appropriate. I picked my smoker up because I smoked ribs and chicken wings as I do. And right before, 2 minutes before the award ceremony, I picked the smoker up to carry it over to my trailer. Meat juice all down the front of me. Right? I was like, chef's kiss right there, right? It's perfect. It's perfect.
Intermingled with glitter. It's great.
Yeah. So now we get to awards, and we're going through awards, and what's the very last award that they give out? Mental.
Usually it's IOE.
Yeah.
It's IOE. Yeah. So it's Red Fang. It's Red Fang. So the one right before that is HMG. So
typically
Langston and them, they're using my speaker. I've got that big old, flashy light speaker to play music while they're going through HMG. So they go through HMG, speakers out there, Red Fang comes out, and they win IOE, and they start shotgunning beers and smashing them on the ground, and now my speaker's covered in beer.
Glitter, beer, and meat juice. Normally 3 ingredients for a great weekend.
Can somebody just come over and just kick me in the nuts as hard as they can?
Wow.
Yeah, it was something.
That is
this weekend.
That's epic.
Epic failure.
I cannot think of we've had one maybe race in our whole entire career that's like that, but not much. No.
Man, I'm sure glad I didn't go to that race.
Yeah.
We still had a hell of a lot of fun.
I'm sure you did.
No doubt.
Yes.
And so many laughs at ourselves.
As you do.
Holy cow, is that painful?
Oh, well, you know what? Now you can put it behind you because, once you finish cleaning up, because I'm sure you're not cleaned up at all.
I have two non-running race cars right now.
I'm just thinking,
how hard that is to manage.
You need to. Yes,
two-car suburban garage that also has a Corvette in it that's also broken.
Yes,
yeah. Okay. Yes, it's not broken. It's just not allowed to go on the street.
I feel like at some point we've had this problem. So yes, but it can only go from here. It can only go from here.
Only go from here.
This is why your daily driver is a Toyota.
Well, and a Tesla, which doesn't always work for you either. So,
Yeah. So,
well, thanks for
there
telling
you
us
go,
the tale.
sports fans. Pretty good at making bad decisions. So now we've got this car. And on a brighter note, like it's I got a screaming deal on this thing.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's going to solve a lot of issues for us. We don't know what we're going to do with it yet, whether we're going to part it out, or make it Matt's secret project had car.
Oh, that's right, because the other one went away. Yeah, okay.
No, he still has it. He still has it. But this one is like, if you're going to cut the body off of a car, like this one deserves to be cut off. Like it's just peeling the scab off of it. The body's
This
beat
seems
up.
like it's closer to where you need to
Yeah.
be than the other one. And the other one can become the parts car, which still has all the parts you need.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. We'll see. We'll see. More to come, listeners. Stay tuned for the next episode of F My Life.
I wondered, we saw no updates at all. And I was like, I looked on Race Monitor and I kept going like this. I'm doing the scrolling motion on Race Monitor and scrolling and scrolling. And I was like, oh no.
Because he's like, oh no.
It
They're
was
like
so
last.
busy.
Yeah,
It
they're
was so busy.
yeah, no, that's fine. I was like, oh, at least if you were at the rave, like you could have sent just our group a picture. I got nothing. I was like, either you're having so much fun or so much sadness.
Yeah.
It's the latter.
Lots of tissues.
Oh.
The whole, and not just me, the whole team. Like the whole team.
Yeah. And it's not like you went and crashed every car. It was like
No.
something happened to every
broke
group.
every
So
car.
so I get done. I
crashed.
get done at the end of the weekend, and they do awards, and I'm like, I'm covered in like smoker juice. I was like, I'm not getting in my truck like this. I get to
You
take a
smell
shower.
delicious.
I did. smell
I mean,
delicious.
for a
My dog
while,
was very happy.
I know your dog was probably looking. Yeah, I forgot about the dog.
So I was like, I've got to go take a shower. So I'm rooting around in my bag, and I was like, I have one shirt left, and it's my lemon staff shirt that I brought in case they needed me for something. So I go in, I take a shower, and I come out, and when you come out of the shower in the media center right there, like there's staff parking, and Eric Rude's right there, and he goes, "Oh, coming out in the staff shirt, trying to get some recognition that you don't deserve." And I was like, Eric, this is the last clean shirt I have, but thanks for rubbing it in. and he goes, "You guys hella earned the I Got Screwed award, but I was pretty sure you didn't want it, right?" And I was like, "Oh no, I did not want it.
no.
Thank you for not noticing."
You're acknowledged that you already did get
Yeah.
screwed. So
Yeah.
that acknowledgement is just is plenty.
We'll just give somebody else the enjoyment. Like I don't. Yeah, don't put salt in the wound at this point. It's fine.
You're
Or
so
do. It's funny.
you're so screwed that I mean, if you weren't in for anything else, maybe, but like you're so beyond screwed that it's just painful to get the award. I think.
It was,
Uh,
and like the whole team. It wasn't just me. Like it was the whole
Right.
team.
Of course. Yes.
It was a collective effort on all the cars.
collective screw.
Oh, so it was like
my.
a bucket of screws.
Well, now you can commiserate in your shared trauma.
It's yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
So,
Hey.
in rebuilding mode. Here we go. More.
Oh,
Throw the parts cannon at it.
times two.
Just the clutch. The clutch is $275.
Yes, we're getting
And
to it.
So you're going to order two of them, right? When you get them from Rock Auto this time.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
And slave cylinders. I'm actually going to do an.
How about how about a new cap for your sauce there, your brake and fluid
Sauce.
your fluid
Actually,
cap.
No, sauce. That is now labeled the sauce container. Next time I
My
see that
brake-
car, I'm writing
my-
sauce.
My brake sauce.
Your
Like
brake sauce.
sauce.
You gotta rate that on every bottle of brake fluid from now on. Brake sauce.
You know what you just don't understand is that this is what I do all day, every day. That I just, instead, if I can't find the word, I come up with the closest thing, and sauce.
Well, Chrissy, thank you for
That just makes you a
reminding me
brilliant communicator because everyone knows what you're talking about.
Brake
Thank you
sauce.
Thank you for reminding me of another failure. I have an entire brake reservoir and cap and the whole deal in a box that I left in my garage when we unpacked.
But you have it now, and you can add it now. So maybe get a new brake sauce cap just for kicks.
Yeah. No, I got the whole canister with a cap and all the things.
Okay, just like an
Sweet.
extra.
Add it. So,
Okay, thank you for
rear
the
main seal,
woes.
pilot bearing, slave cylinder, clutch, flywheel. all
When's
those
your
really good
next
things.
race?
Never racing
I mean,
again.
I mean, I know, but
We've all been there.
For this
Uh-huh.
car, for
We
this
also
car,
know you're
literally,
lying.
yeah, for this car, literally, next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, we got time then.
Because I'm racing the
You got
25
time.
hour with Jimmy's car, assuming he can get it together. Otherwise, we're going to run the TWAP. And then I'm running with you guys at High Plains. And then potentially, what's the next one after that? I don't know, but there's no more California
The
races
butt.
I'll be doing this year.
You're not doing the
I'm out
butt?
for the butt.
I'm-
No butt stuff this year.
Oh. Won't be
Okay.
the same without
Judging
you.
Sonoma.
All right.
Good times.
Yeah, if
I'm
you haven't
not-
checked your phone,
That's what I'm
I've
laughing
got the thumbnail for this episode.
That's what I'm laughing at. It's amazing.
That's great. Listeners, you have to wait to see it. We can't.
No, well, you already
seen it
you
already.
already
They've already
seen it because they
clicked
clicked
on
on
it.
it.
Already seen it.
No,
Oh,
listeners,
that's so
not
good.
Tim.
No, listen, they've already clicked on it if
They
they're
clicked
watching
it.
the
They
show.
said-
Yeah.
Duh.
Or
No, but if
you're
you
just
listen
listening
to
on
it-
Spotify,
I'm wicked
just go
smart.
look at our
I'm
YouTube
wicked
channel.
smart, yeah.
Yes.
That's so well done.
Oh, that's so funny. And yes. So sorry if you're getting to the episode and you've already clicked on it because we're just getting to it now. Oh
It's funny
my.
to us as it was
You knew
to you.
before we did. Yeah.
Yes, right. Hope you laughed too.
Oh.
All right. What are we doing next week?
Well, you know what? We were talking about this. We'll say it. Maybe it'll happen. We should reach out to Stobbs.
I was literally thinking the same.
Yep.
Boom. There it is.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Our-
maybe
our man
maybe,
stops.
maybe another team, a team that was there, but and a
Ooh,
Maserati maybe.
Yeah, I'd love to have
Perhaps
Phil and
somebody
Liz
we know.
back on. They're always fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we've got ideas anyway, and it may not be that, but it won't be for
One
lack
way or
of
the other, we're
trying.
talking about some rally stuff.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for the sad story. Sorry it turned out sad, but we laughed a little, so that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
And that's, I feel like, where you're at. Pretty
If you want to
much.
send me heart emojis, that you can
Aw.
send that to timberman@yahoo.com. Send me heart emojis.
Or just
Or-
put them in the doodly do. Put some hearts in the
Inspirational
doodly
Oh,
do.
put hearts in the doodly do.
Yes.
Love that.
Even if you're listening on Spotify, there actually is a comment section on Spotify. We get notifications. We'll use that for the listener feedback.
Great. All right. Well, we'll see you all next week.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye, friends.
Thanks for downloading us. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Everyone Racers. We also hope you will join us in the world of driving, racing, building, because everyone can be a racer, even you. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe. It's totally free. Then go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hated us, give us 5 stars and tell us why. If you have any questions or show ideas, drop us a comment on our Facebook page, Everyone Racers, or email us at everyone.racers@gmail.com. You can still text us at 484-243-0455. Find us on Instagram at F1.Racers, YouTube and Facebook under Everyone Racers, or even Reddit at /V1On. Thanks again, and until next week, keep the shiny side up, unless, like us, there is no shiny side, then just keep those wheels.
I am which was the thing in the